Hey mate, it's a whole new world. I'm not sure about a fantastic point of view and all that, but I've mentioned in previous videos, the world's changing and the way we work is changing. And this video is a tangible symptom of the way we work changing. So if you've come to YouTube looking for an opinion on Vimeo, then perhaps maybe this video is going to be familiar. Maybe what I'm trying to do sounds and rings true for you. So look, what I'm trying to do with Vimeo here, just before we get started, is not necessarily what Vimeo is exclusively intended for. Vimeo is a video platform. It's got multiple uses. Tons of people can do tons of different things with it. It's got multiple different use cases. So my end conclusion isn't necessarily an overall indictment or kind of praise of Vimeo as an overall service. It's just what I'm trying to do with it. So what am I trying to do with it? Our company, we manufacture and build huge products, right? It's not an online click and collect type of a system. So we build huge engineering systems, and before we send them out to the client has to accept them. They have to make sure that they're okay with them before we send them out and we finish the job. We call these factory acceptance tests. It's kind of the same as if you buy a car. You would tend to go to the dealership and walk around the car, you inspect the bodywork, you inspect the interior, the engine, you walk around with the salesman, he's waffling in your ear, he's padder, all these pulls all these stories out of the bag, he's blah, 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 blah. And then he wheels out his technician, like little kid walks out of the garage, he looks like he's just fell out the womb, he's still hanging off his mother's nipple. I'm sorry, this is your secret weapon? This is your backup? But yeah, it's the same kind of thing as that. So the clients come over from abroad and they can often spend up to sort of 2 weeks on our site, inspecting and checking out the product before they accept it. And that's okay for some people, not okay for others. It's time away from their families. It's an expense to their company, having those guys away from site and put them in hotels and the international travel. More to the point, right now, we can't do that. International travel ain't allowed, And moving forwards, I think it's going to be increasingly difficult to do this. So one of the jobs that I've got is how do we do these factory acceptance tests in a different way, given that international travel is going to be more and more difficult, if not completely impossible. And you think, well, why can't you just point a camera at something and then send the video feed over YouTube or FaceTime, right? Why can't you do that? No, we can't do that. No, there's a lot more to it than that. These acceptance tests tend to be broadcast out to multiple people. They need to have accompanying documentation with them, hyperlinks to different sources, PDFs, 3D models. They need to be recorded. They need to have polls and graphs and all kinds of stuff, documentation alongside them. They need to be, there's multiple video sources, right? It's not just one stream. There's multiple different video sources that we need to put out. And like I said, they can go on for 12 or 14 days. So it's a lot of video. So that's why I looked at Vimeo. Vimeo seemed like a decent enough option. There are other options, but I just decided to go with Vimeo. Is a test case anyway. So Vimeo comes in 3 different formats at the moment. This is going to change over time. I've looked at Vimeo videos in the past from other people and they do change their business model, so it may change from this point onwards. So they've got Vimeo Business, Premium and Enterprise. If you want to do live streaming, you go in at the premium point and that's £70 a month. So that's what I did. That's what I've been checking out for the last 3 weeks for our factory acceptance tests. Let's take a look to see whether it was suitable or not.
Right, mate. On the left, you're going to see OBS here, and then over on the right, you're going to see Vimeo's Launchpad, the platform that the homepage portal that they give you when you first log in. So this is not a guide, it's not a tutorial. It's my thoughts and opinions on Vimeo itself. I'm going to take you through the goods and the bads. Look, I was going to take you through the whole process, and then at the end, be like, here's my ultimate take. It took too long, mate. Look, I'll just lay it out straight away and you can decide whether you want to watch the rest of it. I ain't using Vimeo. It's not good enough. Unfortunately, there is a deal-breaking issue with Vimeo that for the use case that I explained at the start, Vimeo is not suitable, unfortunately. So I'm going to take you through what that is. It's ultimately the stream delay. There's far, far too big of a delay on its stream. And that causes the use case that I've got to be totally unworkable. Any kind of situation where you need as a presenter to interact with your audience like real time, which could be, so many situations in today's day and age, like teachers in a classroom, virtual classrooms, customer engagements, that kind of thing, sales events. You need to you need to have that real time collaboration. You can't wait 15 plus seconds from what you do to the audience seeing it and then you're going to be on comms with them, talking to them. You can't, it's totally unworkable. But we'll get started with the interface. There's some horrendous design issues with this interface. Honestly, there's very little I like about Vimeo. I think from some aspects, it could have been great. And I think if you're a solo contractor or an entrepreneur or a sole trader looking to promote like a small business, I'm sure this is great. You know, it probably is. You can make it your own and really flourish on this. But as a business, trying to operate this as a business, and it's awful. Like just trying to navigate it, trying to just do things quickly when you've got limited time. It's so frustrating. So I'll take you through some of the bad things with this. I don't have time to go through like every single point and weigh it out and balance it out. I'm just going to take you through the things that actually miffed me off big time with it. So the first thing was when you land into this launch pad, right? This is the first thing you see. My eyes were flicking around looking for how do I live stream, right? Bearing in mind, I've paid for the premium service, which is unlimited live streaming. And I'm looking around at where's live streaming? I can't see it anywhere. Just navigating around and just expect like, where is it? It's not here. It's not there. It's not here. It's not there. Live streaming features. Yes, that's it. Makes perfect sense. It took me into here, and I was so annoyed when I got into here. Like, this felt like an upsell. After just dropping 840 quid, it felt like I was being upsold the enterprise plan, which, by the way, doesn't even have a price because they've got this Jurassic archaic. We don't give a price. We want our sales representatives to get you details and then pressure you into making a sale. It's 2021, mate. You can give a price. You just don't want to. So yeah, this came up and I thought, well, what is that? To this day, I still don't know what this live streaming platform is, and I'm not interested at this point. The explanation should be here. But yeah, I found that really obnoxious and bad website design, bad organization, bad structure. You know, because that's where most people look, right at the top. You first go into a page. I'm looking for live streaming, features live streaming, and it took me to that upsell page for enterprise, which I still don't know what it is. And then this massive, huge button saying live streaming. Okay. Takes you to the same page. Oh, mate. And you got this down here pinging at you. It's so angry. I'm so frustrated with it. And the next thing, this page itself, the layout of it is awful, dreadful website design. I'll tell you why. I've paid 840 quid because I'm working on behalf of a business to create content, right? I have, bearing in mind, paid for the premium plan because I want to live stream. I want storage. I want unlimited live viewers. I want the business plan. I want to stream to multiple destinations. I want audience. I want everything that revolves around me creating content and me streaming it out to other people. Therefore, why on God's green earth is 50+% of my main landing page consumed by other people's videos? Why is all this real estate taken up by Hyper Asians Studio in Bindari and Talam, Los Angeles? I don't care. I don't care about these people. I'm not interested. Don't want to see them. I'm sure they're very talented. I'm not interested. Get rid of it. Right? Like my feed, I don't even know what my feed's based off of. I haven't watched anything on Vimeo. It's just bad website design. Another thing, I'm an employee working on behalf of a business, as I suspect a lot of the guys who are creating accounts on this plan are. Yet when you go into your profile, it's asking you, are you available for hire and what's your rate? What? Come on, ask your users who they are. Who are you? Are you working on behalf of a business or are you a sole trader? A minor thing, but it just felt like there was a disconnect there, and Vimeo didn't really either care or understand who their users are. Oh, mate. Then the next thing, I'm still looking for how to live stream. It's not here. Upload, create a video. It's certainly not this massive gleaming live streaming buttons, glowing huge panel tile here that you'd think it would be. It's not that. This button, take a look at it. Do you see this button anywhere else? It's here as well, isn't it? Same color. It's the same text. It's the same words. There's 3 drop downs on that one. For reasons that I'll never understand. There's 4 on that one. And the 4th one is the one that I want. It's create live event. I don't even know what to say. You need to be better, Vimeo. When your competition is YouTube, you've got to be better than this. So that's how you create a live event. Alternatively, you can go to live events here, and then you can create a live event there. But honestly, when I first jumped into this, I wasn't looking for the term live event. I was looking for live streaming, because that's what I thought I paid for, live streaming, not live events. It's a terminology thing. When you've bought something off of the back of that terminology, that's what your kind of brain goes looking. Once you know, you know. It's just that initial frustration. It sets the tones, first impressions, and they weren't good. So live events. So you create your live event. We'll just do this quickly, so I'm not going to spend too much time going through what the setup process is. You schedule it for a date and a time. You private link. So you send the link out to whoever you want to watch it, so it's not available to the public. Video description. You can have hyperlinks here, and links to documentation, links to models. They can all be in here. You can put a thumbnail for the video, so whoever lands on the video's stream can see your thumbnail, and it'll be thumbnailed all over Vimeo as well. You can edit the start time as well if you go past that. You got embed options. One thing I've noticed, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Vimeo's great for embedding, right? It's probably where most people have seen Vimeos. Their videos embedded in other websites. I don't want my video embedded. I want people to come here to watch it. So if you disable embedding, it stops it from playing in its own website. Sure, that's an embed, but come on. Surely you can enable your own videos from being embedded in your own websites. It's the setup. I'm still setting up the video. Come on. Okay. Hilarious. Destinations. This is where you can stream out to multiple areas. This is what I actually bought Vimeo for, is when you live stream to Vimeo, it can duplicate the stream off to all of these other destinations, as well as like Microsoft Teams. So you can put in Teams here, and then you can grab the RTMP address from Teams and duplicate the stream off to Teams. Okay, when we go into next, you've got chat. So you can enable live chat for the audience, which in some cases might get around that live stream delay, but not when our customer events can go on for days. It can be a 2-week factory acceptance test. We're not going to be engaging with people over live chat for that long. We're going to be doing it over a phone call or over like Teams or something like that, over Teams voice. You've got chat, you've got polls, Q&A, graphics, lower thirds, visuals. These are not great either. There's very little customization here. For example, you can put like a little logo at the bottom right of the video, so it'll look like that. But you can't customize it. You can't make it bigger or smaller. Lower thirds, there's like little graphics you can put down at the lower third, where you can have like TFI and text, test, and then when you preview it'll do this, but then you can't make the logo bigger. It's out of proportion to the text. The text's a fixed size. It's just limited. Can't customize it. It's just there. I'd rather do that stuff in OBS. So there's kind of nothing here. You can't change the text font, not the size. Why can't I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Right. And then, okay, next you go into the connection. This is where you connect your OBS streamer into Vimeo. So we're going to go into stream, paste the link into there. The stream key goes into there. Okay on that. Preview the stream before going live. Always select that. I don't know why that's not on by default. Start streaming. And then now what happens in OBS will happen in Vimeo. At this point, I was actually really excited because aside from the frustration of the whole setup process, the landing page and the buttons being all messed up and the live stream upsells and all that kind of stuff, apart from that, I was quite happy with what I was seeing. Yeah, Q&A and polls and links to documentation, that was stuff I needed. I was happy with that. This low-res preview, happy with that. Look at the stream delay on here. I can work with that. If that was the actual live stream delay, I could work with that. But that's not the live stream delay, I'm afraid. So what we're going to do is we're going to go live. That now starts the stream, even though it wasn't scheduled for another Actually, I think it was scheduled to start a minute ago. It doesn't matter. You can go live at any time. So we'll go live. So then we come back to this page. You can either share the link with somebody, you can copy the link and email it to somebody, or you can just click view, and then that'll take you to the page that your customer will see. So there I am. Right, we're going to increase the quality to 1080p. So this will show us the vaping. So this is me from the past, the very distant past. Oh, the delay is so bad, mate. Watch this. Right, clap my hands above my head. Watch how long it takes before you actually see that happen. It's unworkable. We can't work with this. Imagine you're presenting something to a customer and you're showing them something and you're on the phone asking them if they've seen it. And then when they have seen it, they ask you a question. They ask you to do something. There I go. So now they're asking, right, can you clap your hands below? Yes, sure. Yeah. And then you've got to wait for them to see you do it, and then they ask you to do something else, and then you've got to do what they ask you, and then you've got to wait 15 seconds before they see you do it, and then totally unworkable. What it results in is just a huge delay on the phone. Just, oh, can you see it yet? Have you seen that yet? No, I can still see you doing no, I can't see it yet. No, it's just completely broken. Completely broken. I've been in touch with Vimeo and they've said it is what it is. It ain't changing. Okay, well, I ain't buying it, I'm afraid. I'm sure this is fine. And it is fine. You know, people use this for one-way conversations, one-way presentations when they need to present to just an audience of people who don't need to interact. That's okay. But for what we were wanting to use it for, can't do it. Totally unworkable. So that is what it is. Yeah, the navigation around here, mate. I can't get over how inconsistent some of the menus are in here. Like, for example, if I go into event setup here, I'm given a set of menus here that I've never seen before. Like, literally, I've never seen all of these menus. I've been using Vimeo for 3 weeks, and I've never seen all. Like, I turn something into a GIF. I didn't know that was there. It's like buttons are only in one place and in no other places, right? Like, why is event setup here now, but it wasn't? That button was not there when I was creating the event. So if I go back into here and create a new live event setup, you see that takes me to here. The same button takes me to a completely different set of settings. Right? Event setup takes me to this setup. Yet for this live event setup takes me to that. And now I've got, what's all this? It's like extensions. I've never seen extensions anywhere. Email interactions, contact for what? Cards? Like, legit. I legit don't even know what any of this stuff is. Like, cards and chapters. I've never seen them before because I never knew that event setup button, whilst the event was live, took you to a completely different page. But at this point, I don't care. I'm kind of done with this. These options, I like this, right? I like the fact that all of these options are here. I like the fact there's cards. I like the fact there's chapters. I would want to jump into that and configure them and see what I could get out of that. What I'm saying is I don't like the fact that the same button did two different things based on what context we were in. That's not good design. One thing I've noticed though that is good, one positive away from this, is the video quality in Vimeo is absolutely top notch. You could argue in some ways it's better than the original. I don't know what processing they put on it. It's definitely as good as, but it can't be better. That's impossible. But it's like they've processed it in a way which makes it look better than the original. It's superb, you know? Like, there's some detail in this mouse pad here on my desk that isn't as pronounced in the OBS image. It's incredible how detailed that is. So yeah, the video quality is amazing. It's just unfortunate that the stream delay kind of isn't. So look, I think that'll do. That's the reason why we couldn't use it for what we were going to use it for. The rest of the service is what it is. You know, I've given my thoughts and feelings on that. I kind of would probably say, you know, if you are a sole trader, then you're not as easily wound up as me over the inconsistencies and the user interface issues. then it's still a dead good. It's a really good service, right? For what you get for, 70 quid a month that's steep. Whether it's worth that or not, I don't know. It's a stretch, but that's up to the individual. 7 terabytes of storage. You get infinite storage on YouTube. You also get the risk of having your entire livelihood taken away because someone at YouTube doesn't like what you do. I can't say whether or not 70 quid a month's worth it to anyone, but the tool sets that you get are impressive. I must admit. What you're given in terms of a tool set and a feature set are impressive. They just need better user interface designers working at Vimeo to tie this together and to make it more user friendly. Clearly they're doing well. I've seen the highlight reel of who they're selling to and who their customers are, and they're not doing too bad. They've got some pretty high caliber prestige clients on their book. So, what do they care about what I say? But, for this use case, you can't use this in a business setting for one-to-one collaboration. It's not workable. On the flip side, streaming directly to a Microsoft Teams live event is actually worse. If you were to go into OBS and then paste in Microsoft Teams' RTMP address and go straight into Teams, it's worse. It's roughly 30 to 50 seconds of stream delay going into Teams, which is a shame. That's actually quite surprising. I was expecting Teams to be much better, but Teams is even less usable than this. What I ended up doing, just to cap this off, just to end this event so we're all done, I ended up using a virtual camera and then using the webcam that OBS creates as... We used the webcam for a video conference instead of having a live event. So we just had a regular Teams video call, used this OBS webcam, and then just did the presentation that way with zero delay. When you're on a regular video conference on Zoom or on Teams, you'd get zero delay. But you lose a lot of the feature sets that you would get with a Vimeo. Is what it is. Okay, that'll do. I've waffled on for long enough. Thanks very much. Hope someone found this useful. That's my kind of review about reasons why I didn't use Vimeo. Yeah, look, I'm not really interested in finding out later on why and just things might be... Look, it doesn't matter. Everything that I've shown here doesn't matter because of that stream delay. That's... We all know it. And I've been in touch with their support and they've said it ain't changing. And another deal breaker as well was the fact that you can't actually save the stream settings. All of the descriptions and the thumbnails, the graphics, everything you configure for a stream, you can't reuse that in a future stream. You've got to recreate everything over and over again. But yeah, that'll do. All right, I'm going to knock that on the head there. Thanks very much. That's all I've got, and I'll see you in the next one. Noodles.